I grew up with a lot of boys in my neighborhood, and they all played hockey. One of their dad was the coach of the junior team, and I just tagged along with them and went for the practice, and then that's how I started my playing career. When I graduated, I kind of wanted to do something different, and that's when I tried being an official, trying to start refereeing games, and that's how I became an official in the IHF as well. I think as a kid, first of all, you don't really think about what sport you want to play. You just want to be with your friends, and that was hockey. So hockey has always been the safe space for me, or what I enjoyed most when maybe life got a bit hard. Well, officiating, you stay in the game, you stay attached to the sport, and I think it's a huge thing. You can still be on the ice, maybe not in a playing role, but gets the best seat in the arena, right? You're on the ice, you're right there, so I think that's a big part. Obviously, it takes 4 of us out there. We always have 2 linespersons. Tina is a linesperson. I'm a referee now. We heavily rely on each other, we couldn't do the job alone. Of course, everybody, both roles, we have designated areas or designated jobs we have to do, but we can always help each other out, and that's a big part in officiating. I think there's no greater place to be honest. You have friends all over the world. You can travel wherever you want, you know someone. What we get to see, the different cultures, the different people, how people work, it's so unique. I don't think there's a second thing like that. So maybe what people don't always realize is that pretty much everybody has a double career. So we all work full-time. For example, I'm a teacher back home. On my weekends or on my days off, I do hockey on top. And I think that's a part that maybe doesn't get too much attention or gets unrecognized, that this is our hobby, but we work as we would be pros. So it's a lot of work we put in, and to see that, I think, is a big part that would help us in the future. If you take the last 5 years, women's hockey made a big step. First of all, in the sport aspect, in playing-wise, I think the athletes are immense. They were fighting to get leagues. They have the SDHL in Sweden now, which is a pro league. They have the PW in North America now, which is a pro league. It took a lot of years for them to get there. And then with that also comes maybe the recognition. Just like in public life, I think it's more acceptable for women to play the sport and to grow the sport together. We've been around now for a couple of tournaments, and so are the players. So just to see each other in the hotel, in the hallways, in the rink, you get to know each other better. And I think all of this is needed to improve the game. It's not us against the coaches or the coaches against the officiating team. It's a together, and only together we can grow the sport and grow women's hockey. I think our support system is very important. Well, we have each other, right? There's 24 of us. There's always someone who you can go to and talk to. There's always someone who feels the same way. Maybe you had a call you don't like so much, or maybe you had a game you didn't feel so well. We all have it. The mental part in officiating is a big part, and be able to reach out to our coaches or reach out to ourselves, I think, is a big part that helps us. I think it's the greatest part to be part of. I had the honor to be at the last ones as a linesperson, and you can't put it into words how proud you are. When you start as an official, I don't think anybody ever thinks about you're gonna make it to the Olympics once, and now we both sit here and our goal is to make it next year to Milano, and I think we're in a great spot to do so. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy every day. Not everyone's gonna make it to the top level, not everyone's gonna make it to the Olympics. So I would say enjoy the road where you're on, trust yourself, and just work hard every day, and then good things will happen.